Welcome. You and I tuned in with Eyes on Podium podcast, episode 42. And before we get into it, before we get on, I need you guys to subscribe, like, comment, share with your friends, share with your families. We talk sports, we talk Knicks, we talk Lakers, we talk Brooklyn Nets. But yeah, we here for episode 42. I'm here with my brother, Coach Chris, and I'm HB the Realtor. This is a two-man game today, bro. We gonna call this D-Wade, LeBron, D-Wade. What's up?
LeBron, D-Wade, whichever way you want to go. Kobe and Shaq, you know what I'm saying? Mike and Pip, you know what I'm saying? Whatever y'all want to do with it.
It's getting crazy. I mean, we looking like KD and D-Book the way we about to turn up tonight. You know, it's getting crazy. You know, because CP hurt. Henny not here right now. Henny CP and DeAndre Ayton never show up. Where's the Showtime told? So it's just KD and Devin Booker. We here, baby. We
gotta do it all. We gotta do it.
Let's get into it.
Yeah. Trying to speak more. I don't read no comments. I don't care what they say. Time and place, we can talk about it. Last night I was wildin'. Made 2K over 2K. It's a new day and I'm back to problem. Bank account be crowded. By next June, need 5 rooms, soundproof. Watch them doubt it. Hey, they try to talk me out here. I done wasted some greatness just sitting there trying to think about it. I go charm my ring, give all of my homies rollies. I'm a hot pick, rolling with me, gon' be low key. Best believe.
Can it happen? Can the Knicks overcome a 3-1 deficit? Is it impossible? Can we do it? Listen, are we going to have 2 Game 7s in this season? Can it happen? Look, I'm a fan of the Knicks. And I believe it can happen. I don't have no analytical reason to give you. I have none. I can't think of one.
Man.
But all we got to do is win 1. Win Game 5 at home. We can do that. Take care of home court. Win that game back against the wall. Right? Win Game 5. Go to Miami. You're a good road team all year. Right? Win there. And then we come back home to Game 7. And it's a win. And it's anything can happen. Anything can happen in Game 7. So we just have to win at home. Just win 1. Am I delusional, Chris? Please tell me, as my guy, am I delusional? Or what's my delusional bar?
I mean, I'm not gonna say you're delusional.
I appreciate that.
I just don't think it's gonna happen. I not to say it's impossible, right? I think it's very much possible. But it's like we're just not seeing the Knicks click on all cylinders this series. And if they're not clicking on all cylinders, I think it's gonna be really, really difficult to beat Miami. And Miami is, I don't know, they're such a weird team.
Bro, they have all these undrafted players and they're really just kicking the Knicks ass. That's what's happening.
It's tough. You know, you got Jimmy leading the pack. You have Kevin Love who's getting back in his groove. He's knocking down shots. And it's just the Miami shooters, man. They hit shots at a high clip. Max Strus, Gabe Vincent. You got Bam who does his job. He defends, protects the paint, makes easy buckets. So it's just been a little difficult for Miami, especially difficult for the Knicks, especially with Miami's defense. Miami locks in on defense, man. They credit to Spoelstra, man. He just has like the blueprint for the defense. and he has everybody buying in and everybody playing their role, and defensively they look amazing.
Listen,
And I think that's what's rattling the Knicks.
it's like they got their heart taken. It's like the Knicks don't believe that they can win. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, I today, I live in South Florida. I went to game 3 and it was a blowout and I was hurt. But leaving game 3, I still felt like we had a chance to get one.
Right.
We didn't get that. Game 3, 0-4. And I don't know. It seems like it's for a variety of reasons, but it just looks like they don't believe. You know what I mean? It just looks like they don't believe.
Yeah.
Like they're breaking down. Their morale. They don't have morale. They're not high-fiving after a 3. They're not. None of this is happening. You know what I mean? Like none of this is happening. Like it's like they don't believe that they can win against this team.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, see, like, I feel like Brunson has been pretty much doing his job. You know, he had his struggles in that game that you went to,
Game 3,
which I think that was his worst game of the series so far. But I mean, after that, even Julius Randle's press conference, like he just doesn't look locked in, man. His body language says a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He sounded defeated.
Very defeated.
He sounded defeated in a press conference, like, and you see the struggles, and again, you got to credit Miami's defense.
Right.
I feel like Julius Randle, I think he's starting to get back in the mode where I think he's listening to too much of the outside noise about how bad he's been playing in the playoffs, and I feel like he's trying to do too much instead of sticking to what he was doing during the season, Part of the acquisition of Jalen Brunson is to make his shot selection a lot easier. And get him easier shots. And it's like he's trying to revert back to making the game a little more difficult for himself.
I don't understand that either. Like, do you feel like he's the blame for the Knicks struggles? Because, like, again, I was saying, like, today being in the city of South Florida, and well, not the city, but South Florida, and I'm talking to people. Miami, New Yorkers is everywhere, so New Yorkers is here. So they're like, "Yo, it's Julius. We got to get up and out of here." Everyone thinks it's Julius. You know what I mean? 6 turnovers last game, 6 fouls out, shot 8 for 13 from the field. You know what I mean? Like, but he wasn't really on the floor. It seems like when Brunson is doing his thing, he's kind of like upset.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think is to blame? You think it's Julius?
I think not. I mean, I feel like you can't just sit there and blame one person. It's hard to do that. It's, at the end of the game, it's a team game, right? Quickly hasn't been the top of his game this series, right? Granted, he didn't play last game with the was the ankle injury? Yeah, with the ankle injury. But before that, he hasn't been coming into his own in this series. Like he hasn't been producing.
Why
much.
do you think? Why do you think? Why do you think Quickly hasn't been producing much in the playoffs? Why do you think?
I think you got to credit. I mean, I think you might have to blame Tibbs for his rotations. I believe Quickly is used to coming in by the end of the first.
Yeah.
And then he gets his rhythm going into the second quarter, and I believe he doesn't play the whole first quarter. He hasn't been playing the whole first quarter. Yeah. And he comes in the second, which I felt like disrupted his whole flow from the regular season going into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you could put some credit towards that to the switch up with the lineup change.
Yeah.
Also the lineup change with Josh Hart. I think he plays a little better with Josh Hart being on the floor with him as well, coming off the bench together.
Yeah. I mean, there was a tandem. The Quickly and Hart show. It was a show. Quickly and Hart was a show, and I would have to agree with you on that point of possibly if someone's to blame. I mean, I think it's enough blame to go around, But
Right.
it is a. I mean, this is like a blame game right now. I will blame Tibbs as well. I feel like Tibbs is not giving his players confidence. It's like he doesn't give them confidence, or he takes the confidence away from them. They're playing in a cage. When they're playing, it looks like they're afraid to shoot. They're afraid to make a mistake. They're afraid to think outside the box. If Grimes get the ball off the rebound, he's looking for Brunson. He doesn't dribble up the court, right? I think that's a coaching thing, right? I felt like quickly he's wasn't playing well. It's a coaching thing. It's like when he was about to take a shot, he's like, "Nah, I can't." Tibbs told me like stick to the game plan. I can't take that shot. I don't know. I just feel like he's in his head.
But the weird thing is, even quickly struggled the last series too. For most of the series, I believe, until like the game they closed them out, I believe.
Yeah, he struggled. He struggled in the first couple games. Yep.
But I think some of the blame could go on quickly as well too, because even in that series, while he struggled, he still impacted the game on the defensive end.
That's true.
And I feel like if you don't have it going offensively, you already know you still are elite on the other side of the ball. So you got to make things happen on the other side of the ball.
Kyle Lowry was giving him fits in game 3.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, is Kyle Lowry 38 or 28? I'm like, jeez, giving him fits.
And I feel like when you have it going on the defensive end and you're working and you see that effort being put out, and you're putting that effort out and you're making that impact, that could give you some confidence on the offensive end.
Yeah.
That gives you that boost, especially to your team with bringing that effort. And like I said, you just said Kyle Lowry was giving him fits, so I don't see it on that side of the ball either.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a multitude of things you could blame right now for the Knicks' struggles in this series.
Yeah. I mean, you can. What's the solution? What's the solution? I mean, if we're looking ahead, and the team is what it is right now, and the upcoming season, off season, like, what's the real solution to, like, what are the changes the Knicks should make next in the off season? Let's go there.
Well, the number one thing I'm hearing at this point,
what you hearing?
Everyone is sold on, not everyone, but I know a couple of folks that are very headstrong on getting rid of Julius Randle.
Yeah,
going into the next season.
I think
there's other players that Knicks fans want to see in his place, that they believe will bring more to the Knicks organization, and make them a better team by getting rid of him.
Who do you think?
One of the names that I've heard so far is Karl Anthony Towns. He was one of the names that I've heard that was brought up.
How do you think that look? How do you think that will look though? Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, he's a center, so if Karl Anthony Towns is there, then
I feel like he's kind of going to be in the same situation he's in now, because he's in a position where now he's at the 4 right now.
Well, he won't play. He can't play the 4 here. I mean, let's say he gets back to his original position, right? And Karl Anthony Towns plays the 5, and then you'll have to move Mitchell. Mitchell.
So the only reason I don't like that is because I don't trust Karl Anthony Towns defensively, right? As much as I would trust a Mitchell Robinson. Karl Anthony Towns doesn't give that kind of effort, the same kind of effort that Mitch gives on the defensive end, or to rebounding at that.
That's true.
Karl Anthony Towns has a tendency of being extremely lazy on the boards at times. And I just don't know if Knicks fans are gonna be here for that. Like,
I think the Knicks gotta build through their best player, and their best player, I know you usually say the best player is Tibbs, but as far as the actual players on the court, the best player usually is Jalen Brunson.
Brunson, right?
That's their best player. Jalen Brunson is their best player, right? And I feel like they have to build around Jalen Brunson. And a stretch five is someone who's going to excel. It's going to help Jalen Brunson succeed much more, and he can help a stretch five succeed, right? I think Karl Anthony Towns could benefit from a Jalen Brunson, right? He's a double-double. He's a double-double machine. He's going. I mean, for his career, he's 23 points and 11 rebounds. Shooting 39% from the field from three, damn near 40% from three. Like stretch five, let's say you have the stretch five there. You have Obi there at the 4, RJ, Quentin Grimes, Jalen Brunson. I like that lineup. I like it's a different way of playing. You will have to commit to playing differently.
Right.
You will have to commit to playing differently.
Yeah, it'll be a whole different style. Yeah,
a whole different style of play. Yeah. Can Tibbs adapt to that style of play? I don't know. I don't know. But another player.
Well, Cap played for Tibbs before.
He did. He averaged 37 minutes a game. I was gonna say another player. We always talk about Zach LaVine. But do you swap Zach LaVine for Julius, or do you just add Zach LaVine to the mix? Do you trade some pieces to have Jalen, Zach LaVine, and RJ? Because for me, after these playoffs, RJ is non-negotiable. I'm not trading RJ. After these playoffs, I'm not trading RJ. He's 22 years old, and I feel like he's only going to get better and more consistent. In these playoffs, he's shown me that he can be consistent.
He has, and it's been very shocking. But I'm happy for him though. I'm happy to see that he's not hesitating, especially on catch and shoots. And we've talked about it before. Like that's the key for RJ.
Yeah,
he got to knock down those wide open shots, and he's been doing that.
Yeah,
and that's what they need out of him. He has to stick to his strengths. When he gets the ball on a rip through and he gets to the rim, be aggressive.
Yeah,
when you get the ball, be aggressive. Get to the rim. Stick to what you're strong. Stick to what you're strong at. And he's been doing so. So I would like the combination of RJ
and Zach.
What I really would like.
Tell me, talk about it.
This is my favorite. Like if it could happen, I would try to get Mikal Bridges over to New York.
Oh,
that's my favorite right there. That would be my favorite target to go after. I would slide RJ Barrett to the 2.
Yeah.
I will put Mikal at the 3. And I'll go from there. I mean, and again, that decision is made based off of RJ's play in the playoffs, because before this, I would have been sold to get rid of him. But
right.
He's shown that he's capable, if he stays aggressive and he just continues to be consistent and knock down open shots. Yeah. He could stay. He can stay.
The thing with Julius is just his attitude, man. It's the fact that it's like he's demoralizing, right? Yeah. Like you feel it at home, like you're like, God damn, like stop arguing with the refs. Like the other team isn't doing that.
Yeah, there's no sense of urgency with him, like
no
to
sense
just
of
be better,
urgency.
to just be better and focus on the game.
It's the effort. It's the effort, right? It's like, bro, you just letting people walk by you, right? You're not jumping for rebounds. You're not boxing out, right? Because why? Because you got fouled on the other end and you didn't get called. You still talking about that? Like,
right. You didn't get the call. Move on.
Move on. Next play. I watched LeBron James, right? And I know he's a high bar, but LeBron, made a bonehead play in game 2, I believe, or game 2, and then he was like, next play, next play, next play, next play, next play, right? Like he was telling another player like next play, like he did something crazy. I don't remember what it was. Like he did something crazy, threw the ball out of bounds by accident. He turned the ball over, and he was like, yes, like he understood that I effed up. Whatever, it is what it is. It's nothing we can do about that. Move on. Next play. Julius need that. He needs to adapt that mindset.
Right. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much you argue your point, the ref is not going to stop. Once the next play has happened,
the next play has happened.
The next play has happened. Like the ref is not going to stop the game to go back to your play and fix it.
Right.
And he's been playing basketball a very long time, so it's like you got to understand that by now.
Right.
Right. You got to understand what's important. What's important is locking in for the next play. Get the stop or get the score, whatever the next play may be. Focus on that.
Right.
Can't dwell on what you can't control. Like, you know, he got to stop, man. He got to stop. It's hurting them right now.
It's hurting them right now, man.
And it's hindering his growth.
It is. I mean, that's why we're sitting here talking about Karl Anthony Towns coming to the Knicks. And I also want to mention from the Minnesota side, why the Karl Anthony Towns thing does kind of make sense. They just traded for Rudy Gobert 5 draft picks, right? They just traded 5 draft picks for Rudy Gobert, or 3 draft picks and 2 pick swaps, or whatever the case may be. 5 of them bad boys. They gotta build around Ant. The only way you can build around Ant is if you trade Karl Anthony Towns. He's the one with the contract. He's the one with the big contract. So you gotta trade Karl Anthony Towns.
And I could already see them butting heads because you know Cat is gonna feel like he's the guy there. That's his team.
He's actually said that in the interview. He's like, "Yo, you're the future." He's in the Paul George interview. He was on the Paul George podcast, and he said, "Yeah, I told Ant, like, you know, you're the future, but I'm the present, motherfucker. Don't forget that." I'm like, "Oh, yeah,
yeah." You see, he's like, he ain't moving over. He not moving over. He not giving handing over the no torch.
Yeah,
like this is Cat. If Cat's there, Cat feels like this is his show.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be hard, especially for Ant. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a very ball dominant player.
I think Julius Randle could play alongside Rudy Gobert. That will probably help him in his career as well. I mean, I think that's a win-win trade for both teams. Honestly.
Yeah, he's playing against Mitch right now.
I mean, listen, if
playing
you get
alongside Mitch right now, I'm not saying.
Yeah, I know. You saying that they're Mitch, Rudy Gobert parallel. You're not saying that they're the same. What about? I know this is probably Nick delusionist. That's not even a word. But listen, what about if we?
But I just saw a play where they were on a fast break and they missed the layup. Bam gets the offensive rebound and just dunks it back on a fast break, and then all you see in the screen is Julius Randle walking back. Like that's what we talking about. Look,
it's the effort.
No, that's not it.
It's the effort.
Yeah,
but what about if they trade for Cat, right? Let's say they trade Julius Randle and I don't know, Fournier or something, right? To make the numbers work. All right. Let's say they trade, I don't know, 2 picks or 1 pick or I don't know, whatever. What if they trade Mitchell Robinson and Quentin Grimes and like 3 unprotected picks for Zach LaVine, and now you have Karl Anthony Towns, Obi Toppin, RJ Barrett, Zach LaVine, Jalen Brunson, Emmanuel quickly coming off the bench, Hartenstein, Josh Hart. And then I guess you'll have Deuce McBride as your ninth man.
I like it a lot. I feel like the Knicks are also missing someone who could, besides Brunson, there's no one who can really go out there and create their own shot.
Big shot maker.
Like, yeah, there's no other big shot maker or big shot creator on the team. You know, I feel like Julius just catches and gets in his flow, but he's not really a catch one-on-one, break you down. I could go get 30 like that.
Yeah.
You know? And I feel like the Knicks are also missing. I feel like it's hard to ask your point guard who dribbles so much and commands so much attention with the ball all game to just do that for an entire basketball game. He needs someone else who could be on the wing.
I could get him easy buckets.
That could get him easier buckets and could create buckets for themselves as well.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would be a really, really big addition. And then you add the post scoring with Karl Anthony Towns with that. That's another scoring option you have as well. And I feel like with the coaching from Tibbs, I feel like Karl will be better on defense.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's gonna match Mitchell Robinson, but I feel like he will be better. He has the abilities to be better.
Yeah.
You know, he's a very, very skilled big. So I feel like with the coaching and the leadership of Tibbs, I feel like his defense will increase.
Mitchell Robinson, Quentin Grimes, and 3 first-round picks for Zach LaVine. I think that's a good trade.
And how are we acquiring Cat?
Julius, 2 pick swaps, and Fournier. Okay. Julius, 2 pick swaps, and Fournier.
Right. Okay.
I'm not mad at that. And then that's your team.
Not mad at that at all. Fournier is just taking up space.
Yeah, he has I like Patrick Williams. If they can get Zach LaVine and Patrick Williams, and then keep Obi off the bench, that's cool with me. I like that.
And start Patrick at the 4.
Because he's a really good defender.
Right.
And he's a 3-and-D at the 4. Right. So I think the stretch 4, the stretch 5, you know what I mean, will help open the lanes for Jalen Brunson and RJ Barrett. And a shooter like LaVine.
Right. I like that. I like that a lot.
I like it a lot. All right, man. Let's go. Bad Warriors are good Lakers. What's happening? What's happening, man? 3-1 deficit too, man. They also got a 3-1 deficit. Are we gonna see a game 7 with the Warriors? Draymond Green, AD, King James, Chef Curry. Listen, it's not like they've never done it before. They've done it before. They go win game. If they win game 5,
we're gonna win game 5.
Game 5 is in
Golden State.
They win game 5 at home.
Game 6. Listen.
Game 6, Clay.
Game 6, Clay will be in the building.
He will be in the building.
Game 7.
It's anybody's game.
Oakland.
It's anybody's game.
Let's go home.
Let's go home.
Let's go home.
You got Warriors in 7?
Warriors in 7, baby. Come on, baby. Warriors in 7. Man,
this guy's nuts.
This is
I baited him. Go ahead.
I'm gonna just give it to you straight. The Warriors did what they were supposed to do. Okay,
Right.
Nobody on this God's green earth expected Lonnie Walker to have 15 points
in the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter yesterday, right? Just like Draymond said, they will live with Lonnie Walker beating them in a game. The usage rate of LeBron and AD are so high right now. Every game they've played, besides the blowout in Game 3, they've been playing at least 41 to 43 minutes a game.
Yeah.
They are gonna wear them out. They have to play almost the entire game. It's so bad that Darvin Ham cannot take both of them off. Like, one of them always have to be on the court at all times.
Yeah.
One of those two have to be on the court at all times.
Yeah.
They barely get to rest. They come out, they have to go right back in. So the Warriors have to show the strength in numbers right now. Granted, I'm not gonna just say it's all the Warriors just beating themselves up. You got to credit the Lakers too as well.
Right.
Jordan Poole has to be better. He has to be better. He's been struggling this entire series.
Right.
0 points. Clay as well has to be better. 41 minutes yesterday, only 9 points. Clay also has to find better shots.
Yeah.
Clay he's fallen in love with taking these extremely difficult shots. Yes, we see him make them from time to time, but this is not the time to just be jacking up off the catch, off the dribble handoff while your contested step back leaning threes.
Yeah.
He has to be better and choose his shot selection, be a lot wiser with that. This is you're in the second round of the playoffs, trying to win a championship. You have to be better. You just have to be better.
I mean, Poole, they kill Poole for these crazy shots, and then Clay take worse shots to me, if you ask me. The shots that Clay take I'd be like, all right, is every game game 6?
Yeah, Clay's shot selection.
It be
really upset me from time to time.
It be wonkers.
Yeah, his shot selection is crazy. When he has it going, he has it going.
Yeah.
But if you're not if you don't have it going, Clay, you have to find a way to get the easy ones first.
Yeah.
You know, you just can't be out there taking the most difficult threes. Yeah. And it's not like Clay's a creator. Like Clay is not a.
He's just jacking that bad boy.
He just catches it off the maybe one dribble pull up. He's not a catch, face you up, dribble cross and pull up.
Right.
You know, so everything he's taking is minimum. Every shot he's taking is minimum one dribble.
Yeah.
But now you're taking those 1-2 dribbles and you're making the shots. So you're taking such difficult shots.
Yeah.
I would live with that if I'm the Lakers. I'll live with that.
I mean, you're an amazing you have shooter, to.
But I'm gonna live with you taking those difficult shots. That's all I can do is make you take a difficult shot, and if you're gonna want to take them, hey, take them.
I mean, and Steph hasn't been having the greatest series either.
Yeah, he hasn't. Efficiently wise on offense, I would say he hasn't. But I feel like, again, right, like we were talking about earlier with Emmanuel quickly, you got to find other ways to impact the game. You know, Steph had how many assists yesterday? He had a triple-double. I believe he had 14 assists.
Oh, I don't got. Hold
on, 31, 10 rebounds, 14 assists.
Oh my God.
You know, he's finding other ways to be impactful. And that's the thing about it. You know, if Clay's not knocking down shots,
what else can you do?
Right? What else are you gonna do? You're playing defense, but how well is your defense? You know?
Jordan Poole said, he felt like the opportunity he's possibly not getting the opportunity like he used to. That's why he's not producing like he used to.
I mean, I wouldn't so much agree with that. I feel like part of it is the Lakers' game plan, and I feel like a part of their game plan is to attack him on the defensive end. Jordan Poole looks extremely lost as a defender. He can't guard a chair.
Nope.
So they're putting the pressure on him every time he's in the game on the defensive end, which a lot of teams don't really do.
Right.
They're trying to expose him defensively.
Right.
Which is making him work a little harder. It's just making him struggle a little more on offense because he has to work so hard on defense. You know?
I agree. So what's the verdict for you? You think it's bad Warriors then?
No, I don't think it's bad Warriors. I just think it's just they're just struggling right now. They're a team that I personally can never count out. They always seem to prove me wrong the right way. I don't know if that makes sense. Like when I always think they're defeated,
They come back
in the
and
back
win.
of my mind, I know they could do it,
Yeah.
but I don't think they're gonna do it. But I do think they're gonna do
And
it,
they end up
do it,
they end up
and
doing
they end
it.
up doing it.
Yeah.
So it's like
Warriors in 7.
again, Warriors in 7. Book it.
What will another ring mean for LeBron James's legacy?
I mean, it'll mean a lot. I mean,
Excuse me.
obviously LeBron is already up there with the greats.
He'd be 5.
No doubt. No doubt about it. I mean, you tie Kobe with rings.
He ties Kobe. He gonna be 38 with a ring.
Yeah, getting a ring at 38.
Him and AD, that would be 2. That would be 2 rings with them.
Mhm.
So that's a good investment.
Yeah.
Rob Pelinka should get, if they win, Rob Pelinka should get Executive of the Year for pulling off that mid-season finals run, trade final to lead them to the finals.
Yeah,
playing their playing team. He would have
this ring will be mean a lot. I feel like this ring will probably mean the most, second to the Cavs ring.
Yeah.
But I feel like this ring will probably mean the second most to him.
Definitely.
From all of the adversity that he's went through.
Right.
Trying to figure it out from not making the playoffs last year to struggling so much at the beginning of the season this year.
Right.
Getting some different pieces, moving some out, bringing some in.
Right.
Figuring it out. To beating Memphis first round.
Mm-hmm.
And now up 3-1 against the Warriors. I mean,
the defending champs.
The defending champions.
Up 3-1 against the defending champs. And
it would mean a lot.
It'll be huge. It'll be huge.
I feel like when you look at this team as the totality of it, I feel like this is probably like some of the most help LeBron has ever had.
Yes.
Like team wise. Because you look at some of the ways his other teams were constructed, right? You had these big threes, and
they were so top heavy. They were top heavy. It
was so garbage. I heard someone. I was listening to someone on a podcast too. They were saying like LeBron's teams, especially the Heat team. They said that team was so bad to the point where they had to go out and sign Greg Oden.
Bro, you're not bad with D Wade and Chris Bosh on your team. I'm sorry, but top heavy.
No, I'm just saying like the others were so bad. Like
they got Greg.
You gotta go out. You gotta go out and sign Greg Oden.
They had no bigs.
They had no bigs. Like it was just them and everybody else. Basically,
that's all they could afford.
That's all they could afford, right? Even Cleveland. I mean, outside of Kevin Love, Kyrie, and LeBron, there was a bunch of others besides, I would say, J.R. Smith.
I think because LeBron James is he's placed himself in this role player role, right, in the fourth quarter, where he's what Chris Paul should be if Chris Paul was playing right now with the Suns. Yeah. Like, he's just setting the table. You know what I mean? Like, all right, do your thing over here. They got to respect me in this corner because I'm LeBron James. Like, he's a decoy a lot in the fourth quarter. Yeah. And it's because he's playing 40 minutes a game. You know what I mean?
So he's just out there. He's out there controlling everything with his string. Like, I even saw one of the last defensive possessions when they had that big stop against, I think Draymond turned it over. He was directing traffic. This person was going there. He said, get there. AD, get there. He told AD to get to his spot. AD got the steal.
Yep.
Like he was just out there directing traffic. And like you said, he's just out there coasting just so because he's playing such heavy minutes.
He's the coach on the floor. He's literally, I mean, he's always been the coach on the floor, but he's literally like, if the coach could move people in place, that's what LeBron James is doing.
That's what LeBron is doing. Absolutely.
But look, it's taking a toll on him. He's 78. He's 38 years old. I mean, will fatigue end up catching up with them, and their next series being if they pass the Warriors, will fatigue end up catching up with them, and their next series being a quick one, or will they end up losing in 7 because of the fatigue, or what? Like, anything can happen at this point. You know what I mean? Because
I already told you Warriors in 7. Why are we talking about the next round?
I know you got Warriors in 7, right? But I'm just saying,
it's no buts.
The fatigue factor.
Make sure you play this back when it happens.
All right, but let's just say they beat the Warriors, right? They're up 3-1. Let's say they beat the Warriors, and then the next series, like, how much do you feel like the fatigue is going to affect them? You think they're gonna have enough to get all the way to the finals?
So, this is a matter of 2 things. One thing, I should say. 2 things. Yeah, I was right. 2 things.
Yeah, go back to 2.
1, if they make it to the next round.
Right.
2, who makes it to the next round? If they see Phoenix, this is going to be a cakewalk for the Lakers.
Yeah.
They have Phoenix is just AD is going to eat and DeAndre Ayton alive.
Yeah. If they see Phoenix, they're going to the finals.
Yeah. If they see Phoenix, they are absolutely going to the finals.
They're absolutely going to the finals.
Denver is more so team oriented.
Yeah, Denver will probably pick them apart.
Right. Exactly.
And so they don't have the talent that the Suns have right now to even put up a fight. Like the way the Suns are putting up a fight right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I'm with you. And I feel like the way Denver is gonna have to make the Lakers work because of how much they work together as a team.
Yeah.
Is gonna drain them. So I would tip my hat to going with, I think, let me see. Yeah, again, it depends on who they play.
It does depend. I mean, let's talk about the other series that we were just talking about, the Suns of the Phoenix. Suns or the Nuggets. Sorry, Suns of the Nuggets, which is AKA Nikola Jokic versus KD and Devin Booker. Devin Booker dropped a 47-piece the other day. He's shooting lights out. I mean, KD is the best running mate you can have, because if you ain't shooting it, you got a 7-foot sniper next to you who's shooting it at an efficient clip. I was surprised they got a game, to be honest with you. And they got 2 games. I feel like they got 2 games off of talent.
Man, when you look at the way Devin Booker has been playing,
nuts.
He's averaging 36 a game.
He looking like Jordan out there.
With mind you, right? He's doing it everywhere. He's averaging 8.8 assists, 5.3 rebounds. He's also giving an amazing effort on the defensive end. And here's the kicker. He's shooting 63.7% from the field.
That's it.
While averaging 36.
That's insane.
A game.
That's insane.
He is taking his game to another level this series.
He don't want to lose.
Yeah, he doesn't want to lose. So it's literally KD and Booker versus Joker. And the Suns are literally just winning games straight off of talent.
How long you think they can keep this up?
Devin Booker can't get tired. Was he 25?
He'd be all right. Hey, if they go to Game 7, I got the Suns in Game 7. If they go to Game 7, I got the Suns, but I got Nuggets in 6.
Nuggets in 6.
Right now, I got Nuggets in 6. If they go to Game 7, I got the Suns.
Whoever wins tonight wins the series.
That's just Game 5, right?
Yep. Whoever wins tonight wins the series.
I right, we gonna see.
That's all I'm saying.
We gonna see.
Whoever wins tonight wins the series.
All right. Eyes on Podium, episode 42. LeBron and Kobe. LeBron and Kobe. 08 redeem team.
Ooh.
That's tough.
Ooh.
That's tough. That's tough.
I like that.
But you know, I like this. I like the Devin Booker and KD better, and Henny, Chris Paul, and
Tony
Showtime
is Aiden.
Is Aiden. Showtime Tony Aiden. I'm weak. Hey, you Devin Booker, you light skin. I be KD. I'm cool with that.
It's fine. I'm averaging 36 on 63%.
I'm top 15 of all time. It's cool. Top 15 of all time. It's cool. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? 2 rings. 2 finals MVP. Something light. Eyes on Podium, baby. We out here. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Let's keep it rolling.
I don't read no comments. I don't care what they say. Time and place, we can talk about it. Last night I was wildin'. Made 2K over 2K. It's a new day and I'm back to problem. Bank account be crowded. By next June, need 5 rooms, soundproof. Watch them doubt it. Hey, they try to talk me out here. I done wasted some greatness just sitting there trying to think about it.